This video is a fun scenario to try and teach you something a little bit about malware. And in this video, I'm a bad actor that has recently gotten into mining cryptocurrencies. However, the system I have right now is not ideal for crypto mining. However, I know if I had multiple systems working for me as a group, then that would be way more efficient. Unfortunately, I don't have the resources to buy all of those systems, but why would I need to buy them if I could just use other people's systems? And so what I'll do is I'll have a malware infect those systems and have them all use resources for me to mine cryptocurrencies. Now, how do we go about that? Well, one thing to consider is that we want systems with good GPUs. And which kind of demographic has the best GPUs? Gamers. Luckily, I also just graduated from university and I have all of my former engineering classmates' emails. And I know that a vast majority of engineers are all gamers. So boom, I have my targets. Now, what kind of malware would I use to do something like this? I know there's everything out there from viruses to worms to Trojans, but what we actually described here is considered a botnet, to where there's multiple infected systems working for me under one controlled priority, and this is not known to the owners of these systems, so it's working in the background. And after a quick Google search, I found some botnet code on GitHub that was listed for educational purposes. And luckily, it's perfect for what I'm trying to do. So we have the malware. How do we get it onto our victim systems? Now, this part's going to take a little bit of social engineering. For this, we know that the victims are all engineering students. And so what I'll do is I'll hide the malware in a PDF file that seemingly contains pages to a textbook for one of the required classes. And then I'll create various email accounts with names similar to that of the professors for that class and construct emails that sound friendly, like, hey, hope you're having a good summer, look forward to seeing you in the fall. Here is the required textbook for this specific class. I know that textbooks can get pricey, so here's the PDF. And then if a student downloads the PDF and opens it, then the botnet code will start to install itself and start using the computer's resources in the background. So if I repeat this process for all of the major classes, then now I have thousands of potential victims. So I send out the emails, and sure enough, I start getting bots to show up on my botnet. The crypto mining operation has begun. Soon, however, one of my victims realizes that they cannot run their games without severe performance drops. And so they get a malware protection service to scan their device. And since I found my code online, the protection software was easily able to recognize it and remove it from their device. Then later, another student who already had malware protection on their device had the service automatically scan the PDF before they downloaded it. And sure enough, it spotted the malware and notified them. And then the student notified the school about it. And sure enough, my mining operation began to deteriorate as more and more students were removing it from their devices and preventing other students from downloading it in the first place. Then one smart student in particular knew about the malware, found that it was on their device, and then tracked me down by analyzing the device and the bot's connection to the botnet and found me fairly easily through that. Needless to say, it did not work out for me. So, some general advice I'd give for everyone is one, to keep your devices updated. There's always known vulnerabilities coming out, and so keeping your devices updates helps mitigate the risk of people exploiting vulnerabilities that have just come out. Next, use protection. Use protection software. Use malware protection software. And last, don't be a bad guy. don't be a bad guy. If you're going to be a bad actor, know what you're getting yourself into. And so if you're going to take away anything from this video, know that malware is malicious software. 2, follow the advice. And 3, don't go downloading files and executing them without knowing the source. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to like and subscribe.